Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today is March 1st, 2025, and I have some great college basketball picks for you. I have a huge show for you as we've been on an absolute heater here in college basketball. And so I have a lot of picks for you today. It is what it is. Soak it all up. Six player props, along with three best bets. Yes, I mean, we've been striking while the iron's hot. I mean, like I said, it's been a generational run. We're building our own money tree here in college basketball. College basketball is actually one of my favorite sports to bet on. It goes college basketball and then summer NBA Summer League are about the same. There's huge advantages. I've been intimate when it comes to the game of college basketball, so I have a lot of insight to that. And the numbers are just a little off a lot of times. Don't get me wrong, as you get into the bigger games, they spend a little bit more time with them. But I feel like you get a lot of good edges in college basketball that you won't get in the NBA, that you won't get in NFL or even college football. I feel like there's better odds. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see how our stats look. Year-to-date stats, 44 for 36, 55%. That's a crazy good percentage right there. 12 for 6 on our hammer plays. We're at 67%. I'm gonna say that again. 67% on our hammer plays, 12 of 6. Best bets, 12 of 7 for our over under. Best bets versus spread, 4 and 6. And best bets record in total, 16 for 13. So we're doing a pretty good job. Hopefully we hit all three today. If not, I will be surprised because I spent a lot of time and they are really, really good lines. Let's get off to our hammer play, our first pick of the day, Arthur Kaluma. He's a transfer from Creighton. This dude has been balling for a while. First time I really got to know him was in the NCAA tournament, and I just saw that he was a straight dog. He's a senior, so he's got the experience, and he's improved. But he's coming off a 4 for 14 shooting day, but he played 37 minutes. I don't expect him to go 4 for 14 again. Hopefully, he gets more shots. This Georgia team plays with a little more pace than what Texas has seen of late. Should increase his rebounding percentage because Georgia, although they play faster, they're not a great shooting team. He's averaging season average 22 PRA, last three games of 21. PRA projection is at 23. So I got him at 23. Um, that's based on he's been 3 out of 3 on this number when receiving regular minutes, not injured at all. It's a good matchup for him. I look for him to go over 20.5 PRA. I really like this number for Arthur Kaluma. Next pick is Lynn Kidd from Miami. We went with Lynn Kidd before on this show and he cashed in for us. He's hit this number out of 4 out of 5 games on the over. UNC does not have great bigs and they're not a great defensive team. So I see him getting out in transition, getting easy buckets and also rebounding, put him back in. Um, He's like I said, his last 3 games he's been averaging 25. No Matthew Cleveland, so that's gonna also I believe he's not gonna play. That's also gonna increase his usage rate. Playing 30 plus minutes out of 5 out of 6 games. Only time he did not was because it was due to a blowout. The pace should be fast. The number's set at 162 for this game. His average is at 20, PRA projection at 22. I like this over for Lynn Kidd. Next guy is Mark Sears of Alabama. Oh wow, this guy is a guy that's hit his last 3 games are at 38. So he's been on a heater, just like we've been in the prop market. He's been killing it. Season average 27, PRA projection at 28. We're getting him at a really low number. Total is set at 158, so it's supposed to be a lot of points as well. But 30 plus minutes out of 8 9 games. I don't understand the low number here. Maybe I can get some clarification later on it, but I do love him in this spot for multiple reasons. Mark Sears, let's be honest, is an absolute dog. He's a leader. Although Alabama has a lot of talented young men, Mark Sears is the one that they usually go to when they need something, when it's a big game, when it's time to actually play. So, I mean, I like Mark Sears here. for multiple reasons. I see no reason to go away from him. Solid. He's a solid assist guy, but when he gets scoring, it's really hard to stop him. Um, he's just been he's just been totally lights out of late. So I really love Mark Sears here. I'm gonna go with his over 24.5 versus Tennessee in this big game. Next guy is Chase Hunter from Clemson. We picked Chase Hunter before, and he cashed out for us 16 in his last three, but a lot of those are due to blowouts of them blowing people out. Virginia defense has given up 80 points in the last three games. Although they're known for their defense, they've been struggling. They're also known for playing slower paces, but people are still getting, a great deal of opportunities. Chase Hunter's averaging 33 minutes a game. Only took 6 shots in his last game. He's the leading scorer. Look for a bounce back spot here. His season average is 22. I got him over 20.5 for Chase Hunter. Norchard Omar. Man, got a little bit because the number's so high. Season average 28, last few games 29. But this dude's an absolute dog on the boards. Probably one of the best rebounders in college basketball. And Baylor's on a 3-game losing streak, and he came here to win. That's one thing about him. He's a super competitor. I expect 37 plus minutes for him. You see his average 28, last few games 29. I got him PRA projection at 30. Oklahoma State, they're not a great defensive team. They will play fast. They're not a great shooting team either. So I like his over 29.5 PRA for Norchard Omar. Last pick on the show is Emmanuel Sharp. Last three games, he's been set at 17. His season average is 15. PRA projection at 16. He's a great shooter. Probably the best shooter. Well, no, probably about it. The best shooter on Houston's team. When he gets going, he gets it going. He can knock this number out the park. The thing I like about him is he played 35 minutes in his last game. And in his last three games, he's logged more minutes than he has all season. So I really like him here. His opportunities are increasing because his defense is increasing. If you watch Kelvin Sampson, his teams are based on defense. It looks like he's buying in defensively. Hopefully he continues to make shots. I like his over 13.5 PRA. Today's best bet over and under. Going with an ugly one that not many people know about. I'm going Western Michigan versus Northern Illinois. I got an under 149.5. This is going to be a sneaker pick for us. Not a lot of people know about this game, but let me explain something to you. This will be a slower paced game. These teams are going to play each other very hard defensively. There is no way that two teams that aren't exceptional offensively get to this number. I love this under 149.5. I think it's way off. I know you don't know too much about it, but we've been hitting on these ugly plays that no one knows about. They cash just the same. Give me under 149.5 for Western Michigan versus Northern Illinois. I have another bet over and under for you, and this time it's Texas Tech versus Kansas. This is teams you know very well. Kansas of late have been trying to force feed Dickerson, playing at a slower pace. Texas Tech is another team that, although they have a decent defense, they're not scoring at a great clip. I feel like this number is a little too high for this game. It's a rivalry game. It's very important for both of them to win. I really like the under. And for our last pick versus the spread, oh yeah, I'm going with the Razorbacks here. Arkansas versus South Carolina. I feel like we're getting the better team, the better coach. We're getting all that in one here. I like Arkansas +2 as they're actually the underdog, but if you want to bet them on the money line, I would not, be opposed to that. I think it's the better team, although they're on the road. South Carolina has been struggling of late. I don't see them being able to get in front of this team that Arkansas, honestly, this is their season. Must start winning a lot of games coming now to the end. Arkansas +2. For a recap, Kaluma over 20.5's hammer play, Kidd over 19.5, Sears over 24.5, Hunter over 20.5, Omir over 29.5, and Mr. Sharp over 13.5 PRA. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you enjoyed the show, go ahead and subscribe. I have college basketball, NBA picks. I am your tour guide for both. I just said I'm probably one of the few people out there that's doing college basketball player props. It's not a very big market. So, if you're a person that's interested in it, you need to go ahead and subscribe if you're going to be making any kind of picks on college basketball. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.